This is gonna blow your mind. Welcome back to the garden. It's so rewarding to grow your own food, but sometimes those pesky little critters decide they want a share of the harvest too. I'm talking about those bugs and insects that can really do a number on your precious plants. You know me, I'm all about finding natural and healthy solutions, and that's why I'm so excited to share some of my favorite DIY organic pesticide recipes with you. We're gonna use simple ingredients, things you probably already have in your pantry, to keep those pests at bay without harming your garden or the environment. Now I know what you might be thinking, Joanna. Are these homemade concoctions really gonna work? Trust me folks, they're tried and true. For years I've used these recipes in my garden, and let me tell you, they're just as effective as those store-bought chemicals, but without all the harsh stuff. We're talking about keeping things safe for our families, our pets, and all those beneficial pollinators like butterflies and bees that help our gardens thrive. So, if you're ready to say goodbye to unwanted garden guests and hello to a healthier, more abundant harvest, stick around! We're about to unlock the secret to naturally effective pest control, and trust me, you won't want to miss this. First up, let's talk about one of my all-time favorite organic pest control solutions, the garlic mint spray. This potent potion sends a clear message to those pesky insects that your garden isn't their personal buffet. Now I'm sure you already know that garlic and mint are amazing in the kitchen, but did you know they're also secret weapons in the garden? Garlic, with its strong aroma and pungent taste, is a natural insect repellent. It contains a compound called allicin, which disrupts the nervous systems of many insects, making it difficult for them to feed and reproduce. And mint? Well, it's not just about fresh breath and delicious mojitos. Mint contains a natural oil called menthol, which acts as a deterrent to insects. Just think about it. You rarely see ants or flies hanging around a fresh mint plant, right? And the best part is, this garlic mint spray is incredibly easy to make. You only need a few simple ingredients, most of which you probably already have in your kitchen. We'll be using fresh garlic cloves, fragrant mint leaves, a bit of wood ash for its potassium content, and a touch of tobacco if you have some on hand. It's optional but adds an extra layer of pest protection. So, gather your ingredients, and let's head to the kitchen to whip up this incredible, all-natural bug repellent. Your garden, and your nose, will thank you for it. Alright y'all, let's get down to business and make this garlic mint spray. First things first, you'll need a good amount of fresh mint leaves. I like to use a mix of peppermint and spearmint for a more potent aroma, but you can use whatever kind of mint you have on hand. Give them a rough chop to release those fragrant oils. Next, grab a few cloves of garlic. About 4 or 5 should do the trick, and give them a good smash. No need to mince them too finely. We just want to bruise them up a bit to unlock their pest-fighting power. Now, add your chopped mint and smashed garlic to a large mason jar or pitcher. If you have some wood ash on hand from your fireplace or fire pit, sprinkle in a couple of tablespoons. Wood ash is a fantastic source of potassium, which is essential for healthy plant growth and can also help deter pests. And finally, if you'd like an extra boost of pest-fighting power, you can add a tablespoon or 2 of loose tobacco to the mix. Tobacco contains nicotine, which acts as a natural insecticide, but remember, this is optional, and the spray will still be effective without it. Now that we've got all our ingredients mingling in the jar, it's time to add the liquid. Pour enough water into the jar to cover the mixture by a couple of inches. I like to use filtered water whenever possible, but good old tap water works just fine too. Give everything a good stir to combine, then cover the jar with a lid or cheesecloth. Now comes the hard part, waiting. We need to let this magical concoction steep for at least 24 hours, allowing all those potent flavors and aromas to infuse into the water. This will create a super concentrated solution that's ready to tackle those pesky garden invaders. Find a cool, dark place to let your mixture steep undisturbed. I like to keep mine in the pantry, but a shady spot on the counter works too. After 24 hours, it's time to strain our potent potion. Line a fine mesh sieve with cheesecloth or a coffee filter and place it over a large bowl or pitcher. Carefully pour the garlic mint mixture through the sieve, pressing down on the solids with the back of a spoon to extract all that goodness. Congratulations y'all, you've officially made your very own garlic mint pest spray. This all-natural homemade solution is a game changer when it comes to keeping those pesky insects away from your precious plants. But before you head out to the garden, there's one more crucial step: dilution. Pour the concentrated garlic mint solution into a clean spray bottle. I like to use a glass spray bottle to avoid any potential leaching of chemicals from plastic, but any spray bottle will do. Now fill the rest of the spray bottle with water. You can adjust the dilution ratio depending on the severity of your pest problem, but a good rule of thumb is 1 part concentrate to 3 parts water. Give the bottle a good shake to mix everything together, and voila! Your garlic mint spray is ready for action. To use, simply spray your plants liberally, making sure to coat both the tops and undersides of the leaves. This is especially important because many insects like to hide and lay their eggs on the undersides of leaves, where they're harder to spot. Now for those times when you need a little extra firepower in the garden, let me introduce you to my trusty vegetable-based pesticide. This all-purpose spray is like a superhero in a bottle, tackling a wide range of garden pests with the power of pungent produce. It's amazing how many everyday vegetables have natural pest-repelling properties. Onions and garlic, our trusty friends from the garlic mint spray, make a reappearance in this recipe. Their strong sulfur compounds not only ward off vampires but also deter a whole host of insects. We're also adding a pinch of cayenne pepper to the mix. Now I know what you're thinking. Joanna, cayenne pepper in the garden? Won't that hurt the plants? Don't worry, y'all. When used correctly, a small amount of cayenne pepper won't harm your plants at all. In fact, it acts as a natural irritant to many insects, deterring them from munching on your precious foliage. Plus, it can even help deter larger pests like rabbits and squirrels. And to boost the effectiveness of our vegetable-based pesticide, we'll be incorporating 2 powerful ingredients: neem oil and a touch of detergent. Alright, are you ready to unleash the power of pungent produce on those pesky garden invaders? Let's get started on our vegetable-based pesticide. First things first, we need to prepare our veggie powerhouses, onions and garlic. Roughly chop 1 medium onion and 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. No need to be too precise here. We're going for a rustic chop, not a fancy mince. Next, add your chopped onion and garlic to a blender or food processor. Now, for a touch of heat, sprinkle in a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Remember, a little goes a long way. With our key ingredients prepped and ready, it's time to add some liquid. Pour in 2 cups of water, securely fasten the lid of your blender, and give everything a good whirl until you have a smooth, slightly frothy mixture. This potent puree is packed with natural pest-repelling compounds, but we're not done yet. We need to let this mixture sit overnight to allow all those powerful flavors and aromas to fully infuse. Transfer the mixture to a jar or container, cover it loosely, and find a cool, dark spot in your kitchen to let it rest for at least 8 hours, or preferably overnight. Good morning, y'all. I hope you had a restful night's sleep. Our vegetable-based pesticide has been working hard all night, infusing those potent pest-fighting properties into the water. Now it's time to strain our mixture and add the final, crucial ingredients. Line a fine mesh sieve with cheesecloth or a coffee filter and place it over a large bowl or pitcher. Carefully pour the vegetable mixture through the sieve, using the back of a spoon to press down on the solids and extract every last drop of that goodness. Now, for our secret weapons: neem oil and detergent. Neem oil, derived from the seeds of the neem tree, is a natural insecticide that disrupts the growth and reproduction of many insects. Add 1 tablespoon of neem oil to the strained vegetable mixture. Next, add a teaspoon of mild liquid dish soap. The soap acts as a surfactant, helping the spray adhere to the leaves of your plants and preventing it from beating up and rolling off. And there you have it, your vegetable-based pesticide is complete. But before you head out to the garden, there's one more important step: dilution. Just like with our garlic mint spray, we need to dilute this concentrated solution before applying it to our plants. Now that we have our super concentrated vegetable-based pesticide, it's time to dilute it to the perfect strength for our plants. Pour the mixture into a clean spray bottle, just like we did with the garlic mint spray. Again, I prefer using a glass spray bottle, but any spray bottle will do. Now, fill the rest of the spray bottle with water. A good rule of thumb for this recipe is to use 1 part concentrate to 4 parts water. This dilution ensures that the spray is effective in deterring pests without harming your precious plants. Once you've added the water, secure the spray nozzle tightly, and give the bottle a good shake to ensure everything is thoroughly combined. Your all-natural, vegetable-based pesticide is now ready to tackle those pesky garden invaders. To use, simply spray your plants liberally, making sure to coat both the tops and undersides of the leaves, just like we did with the garlic mint spray. Remember, many insects like to hide and lay their eggs on the undersides of leaves, so don't neglect those areas. It's best to apply this spray in the early morning or late evening, when the sun is less intense and the temperatures are cooler. This helps to prevent the spray from evaporating too quickly and ensures that it has ample time to work its magic. Y'all know I love keeping things simple, especially when it comes to caring for our garden. This next recipe is as easy as it gets, using just 2 basic ingredients you probably already have in your pantry: vegetable oil and a touch of mild liquid soap. That's right, we're talking about creating a homemade white oil spray. It's a gentle yet effective way to protect your precious plants from those pesky little critters that can sometimes take over. Now don't let the simplicity fool you. This little concoction packs a punch when it comes to keeping those common garden pests like aphids, thrips, mites, and scale insects at bay. So, are you ready to whip up a batch of this garden-saving elixir? Let's get to it. First things first, let's gather our ingredients. Grab your favorite vegetable oil. Canola, sunflower, even olive oil will do, and of course, you'll need a mild liquid soap, something gentle on your hands and your plants. Now, for our white oil concentrate, we're going to start with a cup of vegetable oil and a tablespoon of liquid soap. Pour them together in a bowl and give them a good whisk until they're nicely combined. This mixture is going to be our secret weapon, and a little goes a long way. We'll dilute it with water just before spraying to make sure it covers our plants evenly and effectively. Speaking of diluting, let's move on to the next step and get this spray ready for action. Now that our concentrate is ready, it's time to dilute it and prepare our white oil spray. Grab a spray bottle, the kind we use for watering our houseplants. That's perfect for this. Fill your spray bottle with a quart of water. Now remember that concentrated mixture we made? We're going to add just a little bit of that to our water. Start with 2 teaspoons and give it a good shake. You can always add a little more of the oil mixture if you're dealing with a more stubborn infestation, up to 8 teaspoons per quart of water. But remember, it's always better to start slow and see how your plants respond. Once you've given it a good shake, our white oil spray is ready to go. Now comes the satisfying part, applying our homemade pesticide and giving our plants some much-needed TLC. Remember, timing is everything when it comes to garden care. It's best to apply your white oil spray in the cooler hours of the day, either early in the morning or later in the evening. This helps prevent the oil from burning your plants in the heat of the sun. And here's a little tip: before you go spraying your entire garden, test the spray on a small, inconspicuous area of your plant first. Wait a day or two to make sure there's no adverse reaction. Once you've given it the all clear, you can confidently spray your plants, making sure to coat both the tops and undersides of the leaves where those pesky insects like to hide. Well, there you have it. 3 amazing DIY organic pesticide recipes, straight from my kitchen to your garden. Remember, a thriving garden starts with healthy, happy plants, and these natural solutions are the perfect way to keep those pesky pests at bay without harming your precious greenery. Thanks for joining me on this organic adventure. Remember, a healthy garden starts with natural solutions. Stay curious, stay green, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest tips and tricks. Stay tuned for the last best tip.